Hey all, this is Urs. Guess I owe you guys an explanation of where I've been the last little while. So, time for real talk. There's, like many things in life, there's a lot of factors going into whatever just happened. We'll try to parse it as best I can. How about we go from there, yeah? Alright, so, first of all, last two and a half weeks been super duper busy in Urs's life. Honestly, it's just been kind of crazy. And as you probably recall, did recently return from vacation at the beginning of the month. So, whereas in the past, when crazy stuff happened and I couldn't make the time to record basically in my life, I had backup. I had a queue of stuff that I could post, episodes that are backlogged. Having recently returned from vacation, didn't have that. So, that's part of the reason why things didn't get posted regularly on the channel like you're used to. Christ, it's been like 5 years I haven't missed a day, and now it's suddenly a little more, but anyway. So that's reason number one. Reason number two, I guess, is a little more frustrating and serious, and I'm gonna be honest, like, I've been doing this channel for 5 years plus, thereabouts, and the last 2.5 years have been really tough. Not necessarily with the content, and again, what I'm about to say, for all you who have stuck with me and always comment and always watch, and I know there's a core of people that are engaged, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Honestly, you're the reason I keep doing this and I keep going. So I want to get that clear up front and out of the way first, because what I'm about to say next in no way denigrates how much I value the interaction we have on was basically a daily basis. But, you know, the fact of the matter is, it's just been very frustrating for the last 2.5 years. Because we haven't grown at all, basically. We were at 42, like 50, 2.5 years ago, and now we're like 42, 90, now slowly going back down. That's probably because of lack of content, but anyway. So yeah, it's crazy how little that number has changed. And that's really not the most significant number, because if I had 5,000 engaged people, I'd be jazzed, I'd be happy. But the bigger concern I have is the viewership, and that, you know, we have let's not say 5,000, because that's oversalting the pudding, 4,000 subscribers, 4,300, let's just be ambitious. And like 60 people watch the episode. And, you know, I understand that, you know, people are busy and stuff, but I'm also concerned that it's the nature of the YouTube algorithm right now. Like, YouTube does not favor long form content, kind of like what I tend to do on the channel, like multi-episode series, and, you know, there usually is a bit of a drop-off after the first couple episodes. That's always a given. It's always been that way from the beginning. But whereas back in the day, we used to pull pretty consistent 3-digit numbers throughout most of the series in the first 24 hours, like easily 3-digit numbers. This is like Long War back in the day and Civ. Now, I mean, we getting episode 3 or 4, we're down to double digits on like a 4,300 subscriber channel. So, you know, it could be the notification system, it could be the algorithm, but things just aren't getting recommended. And the counter result of that is that we're just not growing. Which is a bit frustrating, and it's been harder and harder to kind of, to be blunt, like to really find the motivation to be like, yeah, you know, people really love us, a lot of people really love us, let's go. It's tough when it's like, hey, 30 people. I mean, that was Dirt Rally, but you know, even the newer stuff is kind of like a 60 on average, or less in the first 24. So again, for you 60, again, thank you so much, because you're the reason I keep going. But that's kind of been the reality. So you know, beyond the fact that I was just busy, like really busy. But the other part of it is that, man, like now that I'm starting to kind of see daylight and get some air, it's kind of hard to be like, yeah, let's get back into it, when it's like, God, am I doing something wrong? Is basically the issue. So that's part two. So factor number three is kind of a passion project I've been trying to get off the ground for a while, to be perfectly honest. Now, you may not know this, and you probably don't know this, is that I've had a lifelong fascination with mechanical watchmaking. So not, you know, quartz battery powered stuff, but, you know, intricate hand wound sprung things, like really fine engineering and machinery at kind of the not micro scale, but, you know, millimeter to micro scale. And I've always found that amazing and fascinating, and always wanted to learn how. And I've pretty much been doing that for the last couple months, and I've gotten pretty decent. Obviously still a journeyman, not a professional by any stretch, but my goal is eventually to actually produce my own custom watch and sell it, honestly, because I know a lot about it. I know how it goes together, and that's really the end goal. I always wanted to be a watchmaker. Now I think I can. So a lot of my time, besides the usual stuff on day-to-day, has been absorbed with learning and trying to get that project off the ground. So really, and that's absorbed a pile of my time, which I just can't stop thinking about and can't stop doing because I truly, truly love it. So, that's the third factor going into the kind of lack of content, because like every spare minute I'm thinking, God, what else could I be doing to push this project forward, to get this off the ground? Like, I feel this is something I have to do. I have to get this out of me. So that's the reality. So, there's the reasons, there's a factor. So where do we go from here? That's the big question. And so I think the reality is, like, I don't want to ditch the channel because I have so much fun with it. I just think that it's going to take so the gaming content is going to take a bit of a slower drip, honestly, like whereas before it was daily. I just don't think I'm going to be able to do that. But I still want to, put out content that I'm having fun with, like when I have time to game or when I have time to stream or something, just to hang out and chill and kind of keep exploring some neat titles, and just barely for the social aspect. I may want to try to do that at some point and still keep doing that. To keep the flow going in a way. So I don't want to necessarily drop it completely. But the other point is, because I'm spending so much time on the watchmaking stuff, I don't know how many in the audience are actually interested in that. And, if you want me to share a bit of my journey, kind of, and these little like visual/audio logs and, watches that I've worked on, that I've fixed, and what the problems were and what I've learned and things like that, and how the whole building your own watch and designing your own watch and machining your own parts it comes together. Like, if that's some journey that you'd be interested in doing, I could easily see myself making some content based around that. And that could be a new angle for the channel in an interesting way. So I'd love to hear your thoughts, really, if that's something y'all be interested in. I know it's kind of I wouldn't call it a sharp reverse, but a sharp right turn off of what was usually on the channel, but it could be something interesting for some of you, and it's something that, like I said, I'm not going to stop spending time on it because I need to do it in my heart of hearts. So I was hoping I'd be able to share that with all of you. So let me know what you think, if you'd be interested in seeing that, or just do the gamingers, and that's fine too. And again, I'm not going to cut off the gaming completely, but it is going to be a bit of a slower drip, I think. For the moment, at least, until things get a little more settled. But again, I'm not going anywhere. It's been hard the last couple weeks, and we'll see kind of where the future holds. So that's the whole story. That's a whole rambly story. So again, TLDR for those who didn't listen to the first 8 minutes of this whole shebang. So factor number 1, Urs has been really, really, really busy and didn't have time to record. Factor number 2, Urs just got back from vacation, didn't have a cue to cover for the lack of recording time. Factor number 3, Urs is currently pursuing his lifelong passion in mechanical watchmaking and the journey toward launching his own watch brand, or at least a couple of watches, let's be real here. So, steps moving forward. Step 1. Gaming content might be a bit more of a drip feed at this point until things stabilize, but I'm not going anywhere yet. Point 2. Do you want to see stuff about watchmaking that I'm pursuing in the journey to get there? If it's interesting to you and I get comments positively, then I may start adding that to the channel content as well. Alrighty, thank you so much. Thanks for listening, those of you who were here the whole time, and even those who dropped in for the TLDR version. Things go through evolutions, we all do, and I think kind of hit that time that things need to evolve, both for the channel, I think, and also personally. It's just something that I felt the need to do, and I don't want to necessarily ignore that calling. So, alrighty. Thanks again for everyone watching, for everyone listening, and for all you who have been with me through all these years. And hopefully here's to a few more. I've been Urs, signing off for now. Take care. Bye-bye.